Hello again. Welcome back to Ride Rescue. I didn't think I would be underneath the hood of this car again so soon. That'll be up for another episode. I'll have to walk you through the issues that I'm having right there. But in this episode, I want to finish up putting the car back together. In the last episode, I had the door off, getting the door painted and finishing up all the body work and paint. So in this episode, I want to get the doors on and adjusted, as well as finish up getting on all the trim and getting it ready to go down the road. So I'm going to put this door on, and I went ahead and set it into place, and I just loosely put in all 4 bolts, actually all 6 bolts. And now I'll just try to balance it on the hinges and little by little get it into place. I'll use my jack with a rag on it so I don't chip up the edges. And this door has a lot of movement, a lot of adjustment, so it's going to be a lot of trial and error just to get it into place. I'm going to start by bringing the door up all the way to its max, and then I'll just kind of rock it and bring it down. So I'll go out and up, and then I'll just start adjusting around. And I'm looking good at the bottom. I have the gap that I am more comfortable with. And I'm hitting about midway on the top as it starts to close. And gap's a little wide at the bottom. So I'm going to just let it settle just a little. Well, not bad for the second try. This end needs to come up a little bit, but my cap looks really good on this end. Well, I've got it in the opening where I want it. It's a perfect fit, front to back, but now it's twisted. The hinges were obviously set where the other door was, and this one's totally different. So now I'm going to have to adjust these hinges. This one needs to come in, and that one needs to go out. And these have not been broken loose in probably 60 years. And they're Phillips heads, so these are not going to be easy to get to break loose. So what I'm going to attempt to do is use a screw tip, and I'll clamp it into some vice grips, and I'll tap it while I twist it. But one thing I've learned doing this, I've shattered these before when I put a lot of pressure on them. So wear your safety glasses. I can't tell if I'm twisting the screw or twisting the tool. I'm waiting for something to break. And luckily nothing broke. One down, 4 to go. Too bad I can't get to the back side of them to spray a little oil on them to release them, or at least assist in releasing them. Well, it just didn't look like there was going to be any way I'm going to break those loose without breaking something, screw tip or stripping out the heads on these. I don't want to damage the heads. I soaked them really good with the lubricant. Maybe they'll break loose, but one of the things I noticed in the very back of these hinges, where the pivot is, there's 2 bolts. So my hope was to loosen up those bolts, use my jack to lift it up. Maybe I can force the hinges and then tighten those bolts back up. It worked. So that ended up being fairly simple. And then it was just a matter of I had to adjust this top hinge. It was riding just a little bit high, but now it fits perfectly. Still just a little bit high, but once I get the window and all the mechanisms in here, the latch, the window mechanism, the wing window, it should settle just a little bit from all the weight. Surprisingly, that took several hours to put that door back together. Get the window, wing window, regular window, up and down adjustment, side to side adjustment. Get all the mechanism back in. I went ahead and put the handles on, even though I didn't put on the door panel, because the new owner has decided to go ahead and reupholster the whole thing. So no reason to put it on, because the upholstery guy's just gonna have to pull it back off. But I put the handle on just so the screws and everything is here, just so I make sure to give him all the parts that it needs to put it all back together. So now the door is finished, I'll put on the side trim. This piece that goes here, fortunately, is in really good shape, because the one on the parts car is not. This just slides into the end of the side trim. The side trim piece that is on the, or was originally on the red car, is damaged, but it's good off the parts car. But some of the clips are damaged on the parts car, and some of them are damaged on the red car, so I'll piece the two together. Luckily I have enough to pick and choose and get it to work. There's just some little clips that are friction on these areas, and then there's there's three screws on this end and 2 screws on this end that hold it all together. I had to experiment with the little clips a little bit to figure out how to attach this trim back on, and looks like you put the clip on the panel first. So that's the trick. Once I lined up these 2 screws on this end, and then I just find each clip and gently tap it into place. I actually have to put a nut in through the back side, so the door panel is off, so I can do that. And the finished product. As you can see, I still need to put the back bumper on, but the trunk lid cap looks really good, and it's nice and smooth and straight now. It doesn't have that big huge dent in the middle. This is the rear quarter panel. It had a big rust hole. I could stick my hand all the way through it. The inner drop panel now is factory solid original. See, I still need to clean up my tires and wheels, but see the door gap. I was able to get that really nice, super straight, smooth all the way down. Well, that's what we want to see. That was so wavy before. It had a major dent in the door, pretty heavy dent in the quarter panel. as well as rust on the back of that. So it's good. I scuffed up the top of it a little bit to kind of kill the gloss like I did the front fender, so that it blends over the hood and the trunk lid. Just kind of roughed in the seat so you can drive it. The new owner's going to be picking it up soon. See, the door jamb looks good. It's all done correct. Looks factory with the nice silver screw heads and the bolts. Still need to put the rubber trim on. The original trim, or I should say, the rubber sealed. It was pretty bad, so it doesn't make sense to put it back on while he's doing the door panels and the rest of the car. I'll leave it up to him. I included it in case he wants to put it on, but you can see it just clips into the little push pins and some screws. Sorry to see this one go. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it. It's time for it to move on. Well, thank you for tuning into this episode of Ride Rescue. In the next episode, I'll be diving in here and showing you all what I'm up to, what I've been up to. I've put a lot of hours into this, so stay tuned. I really appreciate you watching. It really helps if you give me a like, leave me a comment. I love to hear from you. See you again next time. Goodbye for now.